want you to show me how to get to know.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing yet another pick a card reading, and this one is about your path to happiness. I came up with a spread quite a long time ago, but this is one of my favorite readings to make because I find it very helpful. As always, we have three piles, pile number 1, pile number 2, and then pile number 3. I ask that you pick with your intuition, just pick the pile that you feel the most drawn to. And as always, you guys already know it, but this is a general reading, so of course it's not going to resonate for everybody. But if it does resonate, please comment down below and give this video a like. Also, from now on, I'm going to be posting on Thursdays, so a weekly video for you guys. And if you don't want to miss it, please click the notification bell right next to the subscribe button, and that way you won't miss a video every time I upload. With that being said, let's get on with this reading. So, if you picked pile number 1, this is your tarot reading. So, group number 1, we have our cards here. I'm going to analyze them now, but we're going to start with your first card, which is your current situation. And let me tell you, group number 1, to everyone, this is a great card to get, 9 of Cups. What else could you want? But that is the problem. That is the issue. Your current situation, 9 of Cups. To others, it feels like you have everything. The perfect life, the perfect job, the perfect family, the perfect house, everything. It feels like you've obtained everything you had wanted before. And maybe, in the past you have been working to get this life. You have been working to get here to this moment. But it isn't actually what you wanted. Or maybe to everyone else, it feels like you're living the perfect life, but inside you feel so empty. And this is a path to happiness, so that is why I'm interpreting the card that way, because this to me means that you guys are not satisfied. To other people's, maybe they think you are, because they only see what they want to see, but inside, you're just not happy. And I think it's because, again, be careful about what you wish for. I think you worked for so long to get here, to realize that this is not where you want it to be. Going over to the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is in the position of, you yourself, your feelings, your emotions. What is it in you that is holding you back from being fully happy? And I think you haven't been in touch with your emotions. I think you let go of some of those emotions because they were holding you back. But in reality, those emotions are what you need, because your definition of happiness, and I'm skipping a little bit, because your definition of happiness is taking care of yourself, is doing things you genuinely love, not because other people want it, not because you thought you wanted it. It's because your soul wants it. Maybe growing up, you always wanted to have this picture perfect life, and you had other dreams and you gave up on them just to have this. And now what's holding you back is you not really going back and telling yourself, what do I really want? What do I really want? I need to put myself first. And this is that. You're not putting yourself first. Maybe you already have a family and have a stable job, whatever it is, but you need to start thinking about yourself. You need to be in tune with your emotions if you want to be happy. And, from the external influence, which the card you got was the 6 of Wands, I think all your life, people, you're always very admired. People always saw you at the top. People are just used to you being on top of everything and just knowing everything and just not needing other people's help, when in reality, you're very vulnerable and you need other people's help. I think you're afraid of letting people down as well. I think you're so used to being at the top that starting over just feels like a lot of work. It just feels like it's so far away. The happiness that you now want, and you thought you had it, but you don't. And it feels so far away. And I don't know, maybe people around you are saying you don't want to give this up to you. They're telling you, what? You want to leave everything. You want to leave this? You want to leave this and this? Are you crazy? And people people are gonna think that way because they only see what they want to see, group number one. They see you like this. On the outside, you look very happy, but you know that you're feeling a little bit empty. Something's missing, isn't it, group number one? And then the advice from your spirit guides, we got the cleaning card. And this to me is really telling me, again, with the King of Cups, you need to get in touch with your intuition. You need to figure out what is it that you want, and you need to get rid of the old to welcome the new into your life. Because this is saying, you've got new priorities now. You've got new goals, new wishes, new things you want to go for. And this is saying, it's time to cut. It's time to cut everything, people who are toxic. It's time to cut those things out of our lives. I would say get rid of some things, personal belongings, because with the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Wands and everything, I feel like you're very wealthy and you might have a lot of material things you don't really need. Maybe try going for a more minimalistic lifestyle. Maybe that's going to bring you happiness. Just really not being as materialistic. The first step to obtain your happiness, the card you got was the 10 of Pentacles, and I think one thing you could do is invest that money that you might have gotten in good causes, or just give the money to certain, like charity, whatever, or use the money for experiences, for traveling, for things that are going to genuinely help you, and do not spend it on material things. Help other people around you with that money. Help other people with that money, since you've already got it and it's not bringing you happiness, the material things. Help other people with it, okay? And I think your definition of happiness, with the Empress card here, it just really means that you need to take care of yourself. Maybe you went after things you didn't really want, and now it's time for you to nurture your dreams, your real dreams, not the dreams you thought were your dreams, okay? Maybe this is confusing to some of you. Maybe it is not. But with the Empress, maybe it's something creative you want to do. You've been wanting to do something creative for a while. I say go for it. But yeah, that is your reading, group number one. I think you went for something you thought you wanted, and it's not what you really wanted. So now you're feeling empty, and you're struggling to do what you really want to do. But I say go for it, okay? Thank you so much for watching. If this did resonate, please give it a like and comment down below if it did. And thank you so much. So, if you picked pile number 2, this is your tarot reading. Just give me a moment to take your cards because there are quite a lot, and then we'll get to interpreting them. So, group number 2, let's analyze this together. In your current situation, you got the card, King of Cups reversed. And this to me means that you're at a point in your life in which you're very emotional, overly emotional. And this could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe something stressful happened to you, or most of the time this means you're in a relationship with someone toxic and they really drain you. They took your energy every single day. They took advantage of you basically, and they just used you, and now you're emotional and you're dealing with all these feelings that you do not know how to deal with, and you're just like, you feel a little bit lost, okay, group number 2. You also haven't really let yourself deal with it, okay, because I feel like you're very strict, you're very rigid, and you haven't let yourself rest, okay? You're not letting yourself overcome these emotions, overcome the hurt, because I feel like you're the type of person who is like, I don't have time to deal with my emotions. I need to work, I have to go to places, I can't stop my life because my emotions are just all over the place. I can't do that. While in some cases we need to stop ourselves from being the victim and from playing the victim and for being sad all the time. I think it's a completely different case. I think you need to let yourself be emotional. You need to cry it all out. You need to give yourself the time to rest. Give yourself the time to reflect, and you're not giving yourself that time, the time to be sad and sorry. And with the external influences, you got the Nine of Cups. And this means maybe the reason why you're so overly emotional is just because you see everybody around you and it seems like they've got everything together. And you're over here, with a broken heart, maybe some of you, all over the place, and you look at other people and you think, why can't I be that? Why can't I have that? How did they get there? And it's just adding to everything. You're not letting yourself breathe and take a rest, and you're being too hard on yourself. You're comparing yourself to others who have everything together supposedly. But your spirit guides are really saying that we are always responsible for everything we do, okay? No matter how random things are, to a certain extent, the way we react to things, the way we do things, we are responsible for that. But there's a good thing. If we're responsible for everything you do, you're responsible for helping yourself get back up on your 2 feet and make yourself feel better, okay? You're responsible for taking care of yourself, and right now your spirit guides are saying, you need to stop this, okay? You need to let yourself deal with your emotions, okay? You need to let yourself be vulnerable. You need to let yourself be vulnerable, group number 2, because if you don't, that's all gonna keep adding up, and one day you're just gonna explode, and it's not gonna be pretty. And I would say you're very close to that explosion, because this is just a lot of things. This is a lot of emotion, and one day things are not gonna go the way you plan them to, and you're just gonna, I don't know, but you need to deal with your emotions, group number 2. And I would say the first step is really, and this is perfect, this is saying you need to be more careful when it comes to letting certain people in your life. And with these cards, I just know it. You might have been in a relationship, friendship, someone from your family again, who really took advantage of you. You gave them way more than they needed. You gave them a lot of yourself, and they didn't treat you right. And the first step is not allowing that to happen again, because you're responsible for the people you let into your life. You're responsible, and you can say no to these people who take way too much, okay? You're responsible for not letting that happen again, because I feel like that was what happened this time. And I feel like the first step is some balance, okay? If you see somebody is taking advantage of you, if somebody is just draining you, cut them out of your life. Because you can do that. You can do that, group number 2. You can't let this happen again. I feel like somebody really hurt you, and now you're just all over the place. Oh my gosh. But anyway, you're gonna get there. I know you're gonna get there. Be confident. Deal with your emotions. I know I'm repeating myself, but this is really reinforcing that somebody used you, okay? And then your definition of happiness, you got the Ace of Wands and the King of Swords. This energy is saying, I don't take bullshit. I call the shots. I don't allow people into my life who are gonna make me feel bad, who are gonna just drain my energy, who are not gonna treat me right. If you're gonna be my friend, partner, family member, whatever, we're gonna do this right. This is someone who says, I can be your friend, but you gotta be my friend too when I need it, okay? This is somebody who gives, but also takes. And that is the way things need to be, because otherwise people are just gonna use you. And also your definition of happiness is just calling the shots, doing things you genuinely love, okay? And following your own gut instincts, doing things because you want to do them, and being creative and having just a ton of projects, really putting that energy, because I think you're a very creative person. But at this point in time, you're just like dealing with a lot of things. And your spirit guides are really saying, you need to be more careful with people, with who you let into your life. You need to be more careful with that. Okay, group number 2, that is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, Please give this video a like and comment down below if you resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. So, if you picked pile number 3, this is your tarot reading. Let's analyze this together. In your current situation, you got the Hanged Man reversed. And that to me means that you're making some type of sacrifice. And I believe it has to do with work or with something related to your career, job, school. I think you have been working way more than you need to the point that you're exhausted. And the reason why you're not happy is because maybe you're working too much. Like, I'm talking about workaholic to that extent, to the extreme. And maybe, what you're trying to achieve with this work is not something you really want. And the reason I say that is because when it comes to your external influences, I feel like maybe your family is very strict and traditional, and maybe they want you to get good grades or they want you to follow a certain career path, and they're very strict, and you feel like you own them that, but you don't, okay? I have this sense that you're someone who, I don't know, you seem like a very intelligent person with these cards, and I feel like you have really high expectations for yourself. You expect yourself to do well in everything. You expect yourself to be successful, but is it worth it, this sacrifice that you're doing for something that you might not even enjoy doing? I'm not saying you don't need to study. I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard. That's not what I'm trying to get to. It's just that I feel like you're working way harder than you need, way harder to the point that you're exhausted, and I don't think it's making you happy, okay? Look at this person. He's exhausted, okay? You're making a sacrifice, and I feel like it has to do with family. For some of you, it has to do with family. If you're going to college, or if you're picking a certain course, or what subjects you're gonna do in high school, maybe your family wanted you to do something and you're doing it, it's just not making you happy, but you still want to be successful, so you're working yourself to the bone. And it's just like, I'm sorry that you have to go through this. But your spirit guides are saying that, again, is it worth it? Is it worth it for you, group number 3? Is it worth it? Because if it isn't, you need to let that go. You need to say, sorry, that I'm getting on this boat to go to another destination. The destination these people want for you, is not yours. You have another destination in your mind and you need to go after it, group number 3. And with the first step, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This is finishing something. This is obtaining your goals. This is financial stability. But in this step, I think you need to redefine what your goals are. I think you need to have a plan. And maybe finish whatever this is. If you're close to the end, finish it. And then for some of you, take a rest. Of course, a very needed one. For some of you, travel. Go somewhere you haven't went to before, if you have the financial means to do so. Travel and go see some new places to figure out what is it that you really want to do if you don't know yet. But I don't think the path you've been going, that you've chosen, is really making you happy. I don't think it is making you happy. And from this reading, from these cards, I think it's very career based. And with your definition of happiness, you got the 3 of Cups reversed. And this to me means you're the type of person whose whose path is not the same to other people. You're going to do different things. You're going to do things differently. And you don't need to conform to what other people you don't need to conform to the norm. You don't need to do what other people are doing to be happy. You need to do what makes you happy. And I keep thinking this is related to some school thing, to some college degree stuff. Maybe you don't want to go to college, and maybe your parents wanted you to go and you're now in college, but it's not your thing. with this card, if you're close to finishing, finish it. But if it isn't, maybe try another course or degree. Yeah, you need time alone, group number 3. You need time alone. I strongly advise you to travel if you got the means to do so. You don't need to go to the other, to another part of the world. You know, just go somewhere on your own. It could even be your backyard. Just go somewhere alone where you're surrounded by nature, just to really think things through, to really see what is it that you want in your life. You know, because it is time that you set for yourself goals and you defined what success means to you. I feel like your definition of success is pretty much at this point in your life your parents' definition of success, and it doesn't have to be. And it doesn't have to be. You need to decide for yourself what success means to you. Okay, group number 3? Because you're not like other people. And I'm not saying this to be cheesy. In terms of path, in terms of, you know, what is it that you need to do on this earth, you're not like other people who have different things. You know, there's multiple ways to get to the same destination, and this card is telling me the way you've been doing things is not your way, and you need to find another one. Okay, group number 3, and that is how you're gonna find happiness. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in my next one, and if this did resonate, please tell me so in the comment section down below and give this video a like. I'll see you guys next Thursday, and thank you.